Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 897 of What You Up To Now, documenting my journey of transitioning from the brick and mortar offline world of business in corporate America to the online world. A couple years ago, I had the opportunity to divest myself or quit doing the things I'd been doing for decades and explore things that I was curious about and interested in. One of those things had always been the online world, the internet world, the World Wide Web. We used to call it the World Wide Web when it first started. And I dabbled in little things, but never really done much of anything online. Never really added as a component to my businesses, never really sold online. And so as part of my divorce, I thought, okay, this is something I've always wanted to do. I am not tied down to my businesses or my ex or my anything anymore. What do I want to do? And I hopped online with a vengeance, dove in with both feet, and started to do a gazillion different things and be pulled down every different path imaginable, and realize that it's just like the real world, the offline world. You can get positively, absolutely overwhelmed if you don't pick an area that you're interested in and then focus and go totally down that road and that path. I didn't do that for the longest time, and I'm just now going down a more singular path. But it means I got a really good education in all different things and different modalities, and tried a lot of different things. Some that worked a little bit, some that worked a lot, some that didn't work at all. But didn't fall in love with any one thing. And I'll say, yeah, I haven't fallen in love with any particular thing yet, with the exception of challenges. And I think it's because I realized that I have been facing and doing challenges my entire life in a lot of different areas, but especially since my 20s, since I had a huge health challenge in my 20s, and I needed to figure that out because I was looking to people outside of me to figure it out, aka doctors and expert doctors in different areas of practice. And I realized sometime during that experience that they weren't going to fix me. Nobody was going to fix me but me. And if I didn't figure it out, nobody was going to. And it wasn't until I had that realization that anything changed for me. And actually, I was getting progressively worse until I had that aha moment that said, hey, if this is my life, this is it, this is all I get, is to lay in a dark room in excruciating pain, and not do anything, or while all my friends are out partying and falling in love and getting married and having families and starting their careers, and here I am doing nothing but living in black darkness, and realizing that the medical establishment couldn't help me, not because they weren't trying, but because they didn't have the capability. They didn't have what I needed to get better. I had what I needed to get better. So that was what started me on figuring things out, and realizing that challenges were going to come up no matter what, and it was always going to be up to me to find the solution and figure out my way out of whatever challenge I happened to find myself in, whether it was a physical health challenge, a life challenge, a relationship challenge, a job challenge, whatever it was. Nobody was going to figure it out for me. I had to figure it out myself. So I've loved challenges ever since. Speaking of challenges, Get Up and Go Challenge today was all about the 10 things we can absolutely positively control. I actually gave it a bonus one, so the 11 things we always have control of, no matter what's going on in the world. And that, whether we have control of them or not, is 100% our choice. And sometimes it's hard to believe that we get to control a lot more things than we think we can, but we really have far more control in any given situation than we don't have control. Even COVID-19. Each and every one of us, we could apply these 11 things to the COVID-19 situation, no matter what each of our different individual situations was and continues to be in many cases. We can apply these 10 or 11, I guess, I don't know if they're principles or core values or beliefs, but things, and think about, okay, yeah, I guess I could control that. We can always control how we're going to respond to everything. And each of these 10 things speaks a little bit to the things that we can't control. It doesn't speak a little bit to it, speaks totally to the things we can control. If you want to know what those 10 things are, you have to ask me in the comments below, because I'm not going to go over them again here. Or you can go find the Get Up and Go Challenge on the Get Up and Go Challenge Facebook page, of course, and you can listen to today's video on that, day 43 of our 40-day challenge. fun challenge, our 365-day fun challenge today was day 188, and it was all about being in a bad mood, because sometimes we're all in a bad mood, right? Guess what? We get to choose whether we're going to be in a bad mood or not, right? That's one of those things we can control. So what kind of things put you in a bad mood? For me, it's if I'm afraid of something, or if something doesn't go my way, or if something doesn't go the way I think it should. That might put me in a bad mood. My thing with moods is I feel them all, but I'm not going to live there. If I'm feeling bad about something, I'm not going to beat myself up for feeling bad about it, because feelings are kind of triggered and automatic. I just know I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay in a bad, ornery mood all day because I got up on the wrong side of the bed, or because I got a call from somebody that irritated me, or somebody, trashed me or was a hater on social media. It's not going to ruin my day. Actually, I find those quite humorous at this point. Sometimes I don't know when the switch flipped on that, but I do know. I know exactly the hater that got me to just laugh it off. It was the one that, and it wasn't even a hater for me. I was just defending someone else, and they ended up throwing all their hate at me, and it was hilarious. And it was the Wicked Witch of the West comment and work that somebody did. And now that switched everything for me in terms of how I look at haters, and I actually look forward to it. And even it was before that. I was in real estate. My ex-husband and I, we did a lot of direct marketing with our real estate business and sending out lumpy mail and things, and we would get hate mail back, and some of it was really funny. So I guess I developed a little bit of a thick skin in that area, and that's when I started to actually laugh at and crack up about different haters and things that people would say. And people would go to elaborate ways, super elaborate ways of returning our direct mail to us and letting us know basically to F off because they weren't interested, or that wasn't them, and this wasn't them we were describing. And we got some really funny things. We got some really funny responses to our direct mail. So that helped me to develop hey, everything we offer isn't for everybody, right? And the people that it's not for, I want to have that extreme reaction. I want people to know either they're for me or they're against me, and I'm okay with that. And sometimes it doesn't feel that good and might try to put us in a bad mood. It seems like every 4 years, whenever there's a presidential election cycle, certain politicians try to make and divide, I guess lots of people try to divide our population in terms of one party or another, which is ridiculous, right? We're all Americans, and getting behind, and it reminds me of high school, oh, so-and-so's running for president, well, so is somebody else, and there was always this big battle and war about it, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, you guys, who really cares who our class president is? So it's sort of the same. I mean, I care that our country is run in a way that's for the people, actually for the people's benefit, not just for the politicians' benefit. And so there's a lot that goes on that I have personal opinions about, but I don't need to share them because I don't want to get beat up for my opinions. Guess what? I have just as much right to my opinion as you do, and you have just as much right to your opinion as I do. And it's not my job to convince you that you should have my opinion. It's just like it's not my job to convince you that you should have the same religious or financial or physical beliefs about your life or yourself as I should. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous to think that it's our way or the highway. But there's a lot of that goes on during these high volatile times in our world, and it's not a coincidence that it follows and flows and ebbs with the political cycles. It's definitely designed and intentional. If you don't think it is, just step back and observe and pay attention, and then do your own research. Go back and do a little research and see how people's behavior ebbs and flows. And it's absolutely positively manipulated. And if you like being manipulated, buy into it. Jump in the bandwagon. Go for it. If you don't, think for yourself. So that's the other challenge I'm doing, the happy fun challenge if you're going to be in a bad mood or something. Working on rebranding from Pajama Grandma just to me, and I am pushing back personally on the whole personal branding strategy thing, because I want to be myself and show up as myself, but I don't want what I do in my business to be 100% connected to me and my name. I am not Virgin. not virgin, definitely not a virgin, right? I got 2 kids. But I am not like, I'm not like a famous person that I want to be the face of everything. I want to be able to retire someday and not work. Although work is play for me, I don't want to work or be tied down and held to having to show up every day in order for my life to work. I want to create a life I love, not a life that, or a business that can't live without me. Been there, done that. Created businesses where if I didn't show up, nothing happened, you know, and those aren't the most fun businesses. So as I'm online, I'm making sure I don't fall into some of those pitfalls that I fell into offline. I don't want to recreate those online. I want to make sure that I am creating something that is beyond me, which is why I'm working in the branding group with the Get Up and Go challenge. And that is what I'm working on branding, not Sharon Horne-Ellstrom and not Pajama Grandma. Pajama Grandma was me. It's a big part of me. And I realized that if Pajama Grandma doesn't show up, then nothing happens. And that's just like if Sharon Horne-Ellstrom doesn't show up, nothing happens. I don't ever want everything to be 100% dependent on me. Why? Been there, done that, dropped dead. And guess what? If I had set up my Italian food manufacturing business that it was 100% dependent on me, that business would have dropped dead when I did. And it didn't. It went on for years to come, years beyond that. And that's because there were systems and processes and procedures and things in place that business ran without me. I actually worked the 4-hour work week before Tim Ferriss ever wrote the book, The 4-Hour Work Week. I had set it up that I worked an hour a day, Monday through Thursday, and that was my work schedule. So everybody else did the other things, and in an hour a day I could manage that particular business. So I could run other businesses while I was doing that one. Crazy, right? Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got today. Working on that rebrand, and I do need to put some effort into that today because we've got I think we've got an accountability meeting tomorrow for that coaching program that I'm in, and I want to make sure that I am prepared and able to participate with that. And I do have a couple of commitments to things that I said I was going to do that I need to check on because I don't think I did them. I didn't rebrand a couple of things, and it might mean setting up a whole new YouTube channel. I think I might set up a separate YouTube channel, specific YouTube channel for Get Up and Go challenge instead of having it be part of my Sharon Horne-Ellstrom Pajama Grandma channel on YouTube. Not that I'm doing much on YouTube. YouTube is one of those platforms that I use sort of as a storage unit and a place to put my videos and my podcasts so that I can disseminate them to other places, so I can spread them out and share them in other places. But I haven't really learned or spent much time figuring out how YouTube works. I will down the road, but when I get to it. All right, have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, if you have a question, ask in the comments below. Like I say, asking is actually one of those 10 things that you absolutely positively have 100% control over. Are you going to ask a question and get your question answered, or are you going to hide behind the question and use that as your excuse to not do something? Or to have things take much longer and be much more frustrating than they have to be. I say ask the question. If I don't know the answer, I will find you somebody that does, or something that answers it. Go out, have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another update on what's going on in the online world as I transition to that from the offline.